Yasuo. Seiken, rocking the OG skin. High Noon on the opposite side, or Cowboy Yasuo. I don't even know if it's called High Noon. Is it called High Noon?
Yeah.
All right. Cowboy Yasuo, normal Yasuo. Who is better? Cowboy Bebop versus Naruto. Let's find out. The anime showdown we've all been waiting for. Red Bull League of its own. First best of one.
On a side note, I am curious what announcer we get. Because they're very distinct announcers, and I haven't actually seen it on a... Oh, it's just a regular one. That's way less. I was hoping...
We did not... The spectator announcer has not been updated. Howling Abyss. Lady, that's the bridge of progress. While it is nearly identical, it is slightly different.
Yeah. And Seiken making the most of that right now as he goes off to the side. So for anyone who hasn't played it, those little blue rings are going to give you a movement speed boost every time you walk into it. Where Seiken is sitting right now is essentially a brush. That's why he has the jungle above his head. Same with Callisto over there. So yeah, it does change a little bit what you can do in this map.
So, okay, not to undermine the competitive integrity of the 1v1, but the thing about the Bridge of Progress map as well is that the Zon side gets size increases or decreases when they take health packs, when they're the person to pick it up. The other side gets, after 15 seconds, all your cooldowns refresh, which for Yasuo is useless.
Doesn't matter.
It's like, again, both players have taken a point in win wall. Again, this is just to block Q3.
Yeah.
However,
doesn't work on
if
snowballs.
you EQ, it won't work on snowballs, and if you EQ, you can get around that. So wind walling can be a backbreaker, but this is mostly about Q spacing. And right now, Callista is doing pretty good. Again, first 2 kills or a tower death.
It turns out when you have a support that plays a ton of Senna, your Yasuo gets pretty good. So Callista's kind of been working on this for a bit.
I like it. So getting the wave pushed in. Again, that health relic that, if you haven't played Bridge of Progress, is very fun. But one of the new additions is if you pick up the health relic, so if you're the person to touch it, you get a buff depending on what side you are.
Yeah, Seiken kind of needs to get some work done, though, because that's nearly another connection for Callisto there. Both of them bet to get their shield back up. That's a little bar underneath their health bars, but...
I'm glad they... Oh.
Okay.
Of course, the big outplay is when you dash using a snowball, you are untargetable, so you can dash through a Q3. Nice! Oh! That's just one! That's one!
It's 1 for 1!
And it's 1 for 1! We go again! But thus far, Callista's been cleaner, and I don't think it gets easier.
No. And the thing I was going to ask is, can you buy? Because Callista's now boss.
Yeah, you can buy when you die.
Seiken doesn't look like he's boss.
Well,
so
I
he
think
may
they're probably trying to agree on what to buy. But again, Q3 stacked here, dashes a minion, flash, extending the animation. Actually hard timing. If you've never played Yasuo, that is one of the easiest things to mess up. Do not try that in solo queue. Try and practice tool first. You will embarrass yourself.
Unless you see me on the other team, then feel free to try it all the time.
Unless you're playing against us, in which case, please try. You will fail hilariously. The timing is very specific, and they've opted not to buy items to make sure that they can repeat the honest 1v1. Although Seiken does have an XP advantage, is now going all in. If he gets the kill, none of Callista's success matters, and he is getting absolutely blasted. Whoa, the snowball's clean. Q3, but he doesn't manage to get away. Doesn't have time to ult. Seiken! He wasn't better in the first one, but he's better when it mattered.
Tower diff is OP, and then Seiken taking over it. Look, it's a mid lane pick. The mid laner wins. What do you expect? Come on.
Well, bench Callista, bring back Seiken.
That's the only way it can go.
I assume those were the stakes.
Yeah.
They're arguing. I mean, he did get the kill in First Blood. He could have spent the money. He could have come back with the advantage, which I believe is the intention. Got to make the comeback a little harder, but Seiken, you know, they played honest, down-to-earth, edgy boy, edgy anime boy League of Legends. And in the end, Seiken the superior edgy anime boy. So...
I'm trying to, like, dig into the depths of my Anime Masters knowledge and remember if he is a big anime head, but I can't remember for the life of me. As someone who does not watch it off
his Yasuo play rate. I was like, I can Google that. The other one I'm not.
I mean, there's probably something on his Leaguepedia page somewhere. Let's be real. KC fans have probably got that updated.
They should know. We should actually just have one dedicated KC fan on every single death segment that we have. Of course, that is our first 1v1. Pretty fast, honestly. They just completely all-end on that second kill very, very quickly.
But it's as you say, like, that's honest 1v1s. That's what I want to see from these, where
100%.
it's like, hey, we're just going to fight. We're going to try and all in. We're not going to play for this, like, oh, we got a little bit of poke. It's like, no, I want to kill you, and I'm going to show you I'm better than you.
100%. Because, look, you can, like, wait for a year to always have your passive up, but no, it's just not a fun way to play.
Yeah, I think this was a little heartbreaking, though. The fact that you, like, get the kill, but because of the second E-dash, you end up just underneath the tower and die. Like, you weren't going to be able to reset, but at least then you get that experience lead that we were talking about. And then here, you highlighted it. The level lead, he's just chasing him down so well through the minions.
Also a bad win wall. And credit to Saken, because he EQs instead of just Q3ing, so the win wall doesn't actually do anything. And you can see Kalist laughing because he knows he messed it up. He made a mistake. Our next 1v1 coming up, Doran versus Alderiate. I am butchering that name, and I'm so sorry.
Yeah, I mean, he's a massive French streamer.
Yeah.
Has
Top
been the
lane,
inspired.
Goat.
Yeah.
Side lane, Goat, Jax, Tryndamere, like this guy.
Olaf,
Pedigree in France, second to just about no one. Domestic Adam before Adam was God's International.
Yeah. And then, but Doran's not really a pushover. So honestly, if there's ever a time to prove you're the GOAT, this is kind of it.
I mean, this is big stakes. Doran cannot afford to lose face here. There have already been some T1 oopsies today. So this is high stakes. This is big business. And so I think it's something we're going to have to respect. We're getting ready for our second best of one. Doran versus Alderiate. Let's get into it.
Quel spectacle, quel fair play entre ces deux joueurs de la Carmine Corp qui se sont affrontés. C'était très très sympa, je les ai vus sortir avec le sourire, essayer de débrief, ouais tu m'as eu, moi j'ai flash, ouais. Ouais non mais c'est intéressant, c'est des passionnés, ça ne change pas. On y va pour le prochain 1 contre 1 mesdames et messieurs. Et on va commencer par quelqu'un de très solide, mais qu'on voit pas tant que ça, il sort pas très souvent de chez lui ces derniers temps. Profitez-en mesdames et messieurs, ce soir on a Alderiate. Regardez-le profiter sur le chemin. Il se fait plaisir. Rendez-lui. Ah, il va en avoir besoin de votre aide parce qu'en face, c'est quelqu'un fraîchement arrivé chez T1, rappelez-vous. Mais il est en bonne forme ce soir. Il vient de croiser Alderiate, donc je sais pas trop ce que ça va donner. Mais bon, on le sait, il est toujours très sérieux. Face à Alderiate, qui d'autre que Doran. Les deux sont top laners. Ils connaissent les match-ups. Que nous ont-ils réservé? Ça risque d'être incroyable. D'un côté, une fierté française. De l'autre, ce qui se fait de mieux en Corée du Sud. Mesdames et messieurs, c'est parti pour Alderiate contre Doran.
And here we go. Second one. This one, higher stakes than the first. I take it back. The stakes are only going higher as the day continues. Don't ask me why. I haven't figured it out yet, but we'll figure out something on the fly. But streamer versus incredibly successful professional Korean top laner.
Yeah.
All I'm saying is French top laners surprising people in clutch moments. Something we're used to seeing.
That is true. But I do also like, there's only upside for Alderiate in this one. If you win, you get everything. You just get to pop off. You're the hero. If you just want to, it's Doran. It's like, this guy is an exceptional top laner. It's like, it's fine. Now, to be fair, I think some people do criticize Doran for his laning. He's great when he gets out of lane.
Yeah.
So maybe this is the moment. Maybe this is where the French get to take one off of the Koreans.
True. I love that in our fun facts, we've noted that Alderiate weighs more than 125 kilograms, which until I saw him felt like kind of a BM thing to put in, but now I understand that it's all muscle.
Yeah.
Makes a lot more sense. I was like, that is a weirdly specific personal fun fact for us to mention, but that guy is yoked. That man is jacked. So I think Doran kind of like, all I'm saying is I'm glad this isn't chess boxing for Doran's sake. It would very negatively affect T1's ability to feel the roster next year.
You just learn the most defensive opening, and then you're just like, I'm going to beat you in the boxing. It's totally fine. I got this.
No offense to Doran. I'm sure he can hold his own to a certain degree, but that is one round.
Yeah, I wouldn't be looking forward to that. But in this situation, you have a better chance. I am still like, what do you do? Like, because we already kind of highlighted for Alderiate, it's Tryndamere, Olaf, these kind of things that you want to try and play for, right? So what do you answer for as Doran, or have you even done research into your opponent in this situation? Are you just like, hey, I'm going to wing it, see what happens, or do you come in with a plan?
I mean, no way in the NNO boys earlier we're talking about how T1 was like Googling them the first time they met because they didn't understand who they were playing against. Maybe Doran has a bit more respect. You know, we don't have that individual quote from him because it could be dangerous to underestimate people. Now, I think that the good news, debatably, maybe not if you're top laner, but the good news in the context of this matchup is his quote-unquote holy trinity of Tryndamere, Jax, and Olaf. Tryndamere hasn't been meta for a while now, but both Jax and Olaf have been popular in recent enough competitive league. And the things that have shown up in scrims and have to be respected, that most of what would be defined as comfort, Doran is kind of ready for.
Yeah.
Also, Tryndamere, not the best, like, can be a fine 1v1 champion, but definitely if you're not agreeing on what you're going to pick, you could walk into some truly awful matchups blind picking Tryndamere.
Could play Nunu. FlyQuest looked really good against Doran on that one.
Yeah, he seemed really did not understand what that champion did. Although, you missed your opportunity. I think that's a one and done. I think he will have learned what Nunu does.
Yeah.
Doran. Maybe not. maybe that's his hubris. This is the moment he will remember that he should have learned. Because now he's gonna get smashed in front of this incredible audience.
I love the timeline of Doran coming back from Worlds and just like deep diving the most obscure League of Legends champions to make sure he's prepared for any situation.
Because actually all I want to see is blind Tryndamere into tank Fiddlesticks. Fiddle just walks in and just W's the wave.
What do you want?
Completely uninteractive. I think it'd be good if the 100 CS win condition was still there, but I can't imagine that Fiddlesticks will ever kill a tower.
Yeah, but you never die either, right? So it's like, eventually the tower will fall, but it's just we will be here for an hour and a half.
Do you lose the 1v1? I don't know.
Yeah.
1v1 enthusiasts, let us know on X or wherever. Who wins the 1v1? Tryndamere or Fiddlesticks? I don't know.
I don't know. Yeah, because Tryndamere doesn't die either. Yeah, it's a... Yeah.
And reminder, if you are just joining us, this is the 1v1 portion today. So second of 3 1v1s. After this, we have a few more matches coming your way. Traditional Summoner's Rift with a variety of rules. But this is 1v1 on the Bridge of Progress, the Arcane ARAM map. Blind pick heals are allowed first to 2 kills or first to take down a tower. Standard kind of ARAM setup where you cannot buy until you die. And in our previous game, players just typed to each other, and they opted not to buy anything after their first death. So again, friendly, show match, 1v1s. Yeah. We'll see if they're blind picking, if they want to tell each other what they're going for, if it's try-hard mode times 1,000.
Yeah, I think it's almost like trying to break down the psychology of a player and be like, who are you as a person? Like, who hurt you when you were younger that now you feel the need to try hard a game like this? But it's that kind of thing where you're like, all right, we're going to go deep into the psyche here to make sure it's all fine. But look, I think from
we need Freud.
What we look
Freud's our third for this.
For what we saw from Doran earlier on, I think he's just going to be having some fun with it. Yeah. I think it'll be fine. So I think it'll be the same for Alderiate here, where it's just, hey, we're going to just embrace this as we get into it and just have a bit of fun with it.
Yeah, 100%. And you saw the schedule there. T1 playing in all 3 matches coming up first against Los Ratones. So Doran's night does not stop here.
Yeah, I think a lot of people looking forward to Los Ratones just for Kadra not playing. So you get to see exactly how good that team is.
Yeah, there's nothing nothing that impressed me or made me believe or showed me how great Boss was than watching him carry Kadriel so clearly. Which I think if they had their full lineup, he might not have had to carry so hard, so we might not have all gotten to see Boss embarrass a lot of professional top laners, but we did. And that was really the gift of that particular tournament.
Yeah. I didn't know Boss had it in him, but he is literally just the boss.
He is that guy. Yeah, he is him. We were talking earlier today about there are people in your life you'll meet that are just the main character. And if you're not sure if it's you, it's probably not you.
Yeah.
But there are some people. Boss is one of these people. He's the main character. He just always finds his story just gets
Which is hilarious
crazier.
because you would imagine it's K-Draw with the viewership numbers, but
You
no,
would.
he
Yeah,
is a vehicle
shout out to the
for
Rats and
boss to
Mark
go
stream.
through.
Yeah. That's the final reveal.
Yeah.
Is that Mark is actually the side character and the main character has all along been the boss. But he's not a character in this particular 1v1. It is Doran versus Alderiate. It is Tryndamere versus Kled. Lethal Tempo Tryndamere. Kled with Ignite. Important to mitigate the healing, but the Ghost. I don't know about this matchup, but it seems Kled favored because Kled is a very dumb champion if he hits Q, and only if he hits Q. That said, Tryndamere taking AD away, very big deal.
I think it's also how many crits can you just happen to get as Alderiate here? Because I feel like that's how Tryndamere operates as a champion.
Oh, this is a sweaty 1v1. Doran already griefed by going Brutalizer.
Oh, yeah.
By the way, Brutalizer, if you haven't heard, terrible item. Old Brutalizer, great. New Brutalizer, absolutely trash. These items, the ARAM starter items, on the other hand, insanely broken.
Yeah, they are very dumb. The fact that they even count as a legendary item just is how much gold they take up.
In
Gives
the
you
old
a ton
system.
of stats.
Yeah. I mean, 950, you cannot build another one. So, Doran handicapping himself, unfortunately. Bit of a reading comprehension issue, but such is life. He doesn't seem like an ARAM enthusiast. Alderiate, on the other hand, this is the sweatiest ARAM start I've ever seen, and I respect it.
I mean, it's going to work out because he did pop the Q a little earlier, so we'll get decent trades here. So
Yeah, Alderiate just runs it down there because he has a heal.
Wait.
Yeah, that's one. Folks, I don't know what to tell you, but maybe the, like, 600 to 700 gold worth of additional stats that Tryndamere brought to the table might have helped in that 1v1. It's hard for me to say.
Doran's been studying the underutilized champions. He has not been studying the underutilized maps.
Yeah, the underutilized 1v1 ARAM build
And it's
specifically.
Yeah, because you can see how heavy like the trades are going. Because Alderiate kind of just walks away. He manages to get a couple of crits here, but it's the fact that you have the lifesteal on that item as well makes it absolutely obnoxious. Plus, you have the Q healing at any point in time here for Alderiate, so he's completely fine. And the thing is, oh, actually, looking for the all-in here is Doran. I don't know if you win even this one though.
No, the thing is, remember in our previous game, both players died at the same time? So Doran has gone back, but he's so broke, he can only get a refillable. And so Tryndamere is still just mathematically strong.
Yeah. But also, so he's going to be hitting 6 faster. He's already just popped both pots that were in his back pocket, so he's going to have more sustain because the actual healing potions give you more healing than a refillable pot. And now the wave's about to crash in. I'm pretty sure, yeah, he just hits 6 off this, all-ins, and wins.
Probably. I mean, Doran can't pressure him. Probably can't really hit tower. Air trap on a rope, of course, the big ability to hit in terms of upfront damage. So nice to have the free poke. Also, again, built-in healing reduction on that skill.
You are also trying to manage when the W is on cooldown for Doran to all in, and Alderiate found it.
All right, he demounted. Run through the minions, Doran. Shotgun to safety. Remount. Flash. One more auto. Remount. Oh, no, not enough time. Alderiate.
And he just continues to farm the CS. He's like, look.
Yeah, he's just autoing. He stood up. Tryndamere just continues to auto. Respectable. That's a man who knew the game. That's a man who knew the assignment.
It's a man who knew his champion.
And France is collecting dubs today. Gentlemen's KC, Alderiate. One of the 2 KC players. They were always going to win that one. France couldn't lose that one. France is winning out. Only Germany is matching them in their win rate.
Which is incredible. Like the fact, like, I understood that, hey, look, we're going for something that's a little bit more aggressive. We're going to try and match up, but Alderiate was prepared. He had the better items. He knew the champion matchup better. He was just waiting for Doran to have his W on cooldown and just went for the all-in.
Yeah. Bit of an oopsie from Doran, not going to lie to y'all. Lost to the shopkeeper and to Alderiate. They 2v1'd him, I think it's safe to say. Used car salesman, that shopkeeper. Buy Brutalizer. It's bad. And bad on the ARAM map. It's really the wombo combo.
But he literally tapped the roof of the car. That was great.
He's like, this'll be a profane Hydra one day, buddy. You'll never see that day. But it'll be there. Of course, looking ahead, right? That's an incredible match. We've had 2 already. Tiky versus Caps. And Tiky, yet again, legendary streamer. Obviously super close with Casey and the Casey organization. And before we talk about that too much more, let's take a look back at that matchup we just saw. Alderiate versus Doran. Again, a lot of the mechanics on display, certainly. Not as much with these champions as with Yasuo, but the math knowledge, the read and comprehension on full display here.
I think it's always going to be hard for Doran because it's like, hey, yes, I can remount, which is the whole idea, right, of Kled, but unfortunately, Trinity just heals. So he just out-heals you anyway because you don't get as much sustain, and then you got the lifesteal on the starting item as well. So this was always going to be difficult for Doran. I understand the attempt at it all in, but it just wasn't there.
And look, Alderiate got on that stage, beat a legendary top laner with a signature pick. Like, what more can you ask for? Of course, we are moments away now from Tiky versus Caps, and this one is hard to explain. Caps is one of, earlier I mentioned to you, All-Star, and the degenerate players who hardcore prep for 1v1. Rasmus Caps Winter is one of those degenerates. That man loves a 1v1, so I will not be surprised if he has cooked up something special.
It's also, like, I completely understand that you are good in mid lane, but you are going up against Caps. He's a different level, he is a different beast, he is the GOAT of Europe, but if you can manage to take him down,
for the sake of Casey,
insane. That is absolutely insane.
Kometo, Niski, all the Tiki fanboys. I hope he can put up a good showing, but that's our GOAT. That's Europe's GOAT. So we're just going to have to see how they do it. Let's get into the matchup.
L'ambiance était dingue suite à la victoire d'Alderiate. Ça a explosé ici à l'Accor Arena. Et je peux vous assurer que Doran, il a goûté à la frappe d'Aldé. On s'en rappelle très longtemps. On va passer au dernier 1v1. Et effectivement, on va commencer avec quelqu'un qui berce nos soirées ici en France, avec des games à chaque fois endiablés. Aujourd'hui, c'est un tout autre défi. Il fait face à ce qui se fait de mieux en Europe. Donc donnez-lui votre puissance. On accueille Tiky. Je vous l'ai dit, face à lui, c'est ce qui se fait de mieux en Europe. Un génie, toujours des coups d'avance. Qu'est-ce qui nous a préparé pour ce 1 contre 1 face à Tiky en plus, une fierté nationale. On accueille le génie, l'indétrônable, toujours le sourire aux lèvres. Il est à fond le Cap, il est à fond. Allez mesdames et messieurs, on est parti pour un match de légende entre deux personnes extraordinaires. Qu'est-ce qu'ils nous ont préparé? Ça va jouer au détail. Tout est une question de détail. On est parti pour Tiky contre Cap.
I love the absolute enthusiasm of our host. He's outshining everybody. You got to respect that. We get up for our third final best of one following this. Los Ratones T1. T1 continues their gauntlet to beat every single rep here at the tournament. But of course, if you don't know it, Cap's, of course, the GOAT of the West. I don't have enough time to explain.
I was going to say, if you're watching the stream, how do you not know Caps?
You got new viewers sometimes, you know? You got to accept that sometimes, I don't know. I mean, Caps exists.
To be fair, I did meet a guy at one stage who, actually 2 lads, who said they have never watched the LEC, they only watch the LFL. So they are probably more familiar with Tiky than they are Caps.
Yeah, those LFL watchers, of course, are notorious for watching the English broadcast as well, I'm sure. But, yeah, Tiky on the opposite side, streamer. Close ties to a lot of the blue here in the audience. And we'll see, this is kind of his first big show match ever. First time being on a big stage like this. Obviously known for streaming, which is usually a from-home operation.
Also started to come up fairly recently. So to go from, hey, I'm starting to pop off in the streaming world to an arena like this in front of a crowd like this has got to be so sick.
Has he had enough time to be afraid of Caps? Is he going to give Caps that aura benefit of the doubt? Because that's one of the worst things you can do in a 1v1, especially against a player like Caps, who's notorious in situations like this for taking dumb risks. But if you believe that he knows something that you don't, you're going to fall for it. You're going to fall into that trap.
But it's also, how the hell do you prepare for a player like Caps? This is a man who literally plays everything. If you look at his solo queue history, you're like, I didn't even realize like 10 of these champions could be played in the mid lane. But for whatever reason, he has 30 games on them. You're like, this is bonkers what this man does.
I mean, we've talked in the past to Dylan Falco about how he has to be the gatekeeper to stop Caps from running amok. The entire team has to come together to stop this man from playing all the champions he wants to play. But correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't see Dylan Falco on stage. Caps is unleashed. Caps is unchained. Which doesn't mean the picks are going to be good.
No.
But they will be spicy. And maybe that's all we need.
But it will bring entertainment. And that's it, right? It's
all we need.
Hey, we never know what he's going to bring out, but it's going to be weird. Like, this is a man who brought out, like, Vayne mid, had an argument with people that he needed to play Vayne mid. He's a person that, like, brings out a Nivy, brings out all these strange picks. So I think Tiky has his work cut out for him. This is not going to be an easy one.
Maybe the Beatles had it wrong, Rob. Maybe you don't. All you need is love. Maybe all you need is entertainment. All you need is dumb champion 1v1s. I do hope they agreed on a pick, though, or like on a soft list of bans. Because I think the only awkward thing is like that last matchup, well, it was mostly item-based. I don't know if they... I don't know what the situation is because I'm not seeing the client POV. If they can actually see each other's picks, if it's like...
It is blind pick.
100% blind is awkward for 1v1 because you will... You won't 100% lose in champ select, but you definitely can.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
I assume there has to be some sort of like agreement somewhere to be like, hey, look, let's just have a bit of fun with this, because otherwise, what's the whole point? Like, sure, you get a bit of bragging rights, but at the end of the day, like, you kind of want to have a bit of fun on stage here as well. I think that's what the sick part of this whole event that Red Bull has put on is that yes, you do get to see some of the best players in the world go toe-to-toe, but it's also insane opportunities for people like Tiky to get onto a stage like this and go up against the Western GOAT, have a chance to have a bit of fun here and kind of show this stuff. But if it all comes down to, hey, we're just going to get outpicked on a blind pick and there's no jungler to help me because it's a 1v1, I guess it's doomed. All right. GG, go next.
Fair enough. Look, it's a day of weird picks. It's a day of weird lessons we never thought we'd learn. Again, Doran, hard countered by 2 champions. The shopkeeper and slash the Bridge of Progress, which technically isn't a champion, but bear with me. Not because this is going to make any more sense, but because I will eventually stop talking. The other one is Nunu. Oh! And we've locked it in. And this is, Rasmus went through a man of respect. Tiky, known, loves that Yone. Caps locks it in. It's the Yone 1v1. And this 1v1 is in some ways more technical than the Yasuo 1v1, but in most ways is not.
There is so much more on the line here, though, than just pride.
Yes.
Both of these players have flash on different keys. So not only are you playing for your region, not only are you playing for your pride.
Yes, Rob.
You have about 50% of the player base that is putting their hopes and dreams on you right now in this matchup. I have no idea if it's 50%.
I don't know either.
The numbers,
I'm sure we could find out, but it's not, you know. Is it Dlash or Flash, folks?
Dlash for days. Dlash for days.
Okay, already good from Caps. Minor advantage. Okay, Caps just stacking up minor advantages. Both starting boots to longsword again, or not longsword, dagger, excuse me. Attack speed is cooldown reduction for Yone and Yasuo both, which is part of the reason why when they're good, they're very good. But yeah, movement speed to dodge and outspace the Qs, and obviously keep that cooldown low.
So, very niche ARAM tech.
Yeah.
Caps fed the Poro. This is actually important.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
what I found out is that if you are on this map and you haven't failed the Poro will look at you in the bush, so you can tell if someone's in the bush because they haven't failed the Poro snack. So Caps has done his research here. He knows the tech for a Bridge of Progress.
Okay, I really thought you were going to say if you don't feed your animals, you go to jail. But, you know, actual League of Legends information is good. Tiky doing much better here. So much more value. Caps now Q3ing out. And again, there's not really a good way to recover from a health deficit like this unless Tiky completely whiffs. Good E3 back.
It doesn't mean he's on cooldown though, so in a trade that Tiky could try and take here, he could actually get quite a bit done.
Thing is, again, you can't back. W in, to be fair, if you can't get out of the way, W in using the shield to eat it. Caps whiffing the Q though. Q auto. E back. First blood, baby.
Alright, so Tiky needs to push this quickly, because otherwise he's...
Okay, all I'm gonna say is, I don't think Doran played a lot of Kled this year. Caps played a lot of Yone this year.
Yeah.
Everyone played a lot of Yone this year.
Tiky played a hell of a lot of Yone
Yeah, he
this
did.
year, though, and it's kind of showing.
I mean, the first trade, so good for Caps, but every trade after that, Tiky's been so much better about getting value out of the Soul Unbound, so much better about getting value out of the Q3. And it is definitely a snowbally 1v1. Tiky also did
Caps spot him?
forward. Okay, yeah. Not having ult means you cannot walk up, because your Q3 will just get eaten by his ult, and then he Q3s.
But it's also Tiky just has to win this trade by a little bit, actually a lot.
The interrupt, the pullback, the ulti, Caps! 1-1.
But look at his health bar, and he can't reset. And right
But it's
before
first, it's first to 2 kills.
Exactly.
Can he execute is my question, and I think the answer is technically yes. But if he mistimes it, he will just lose.
Yeah, I mean, I think Tiky should be back out in time, but yeah, this was just the first kill. Really well played. So gets the through Q3, doesn't quite connect with it. Oh, sorry, this is the follow-up. But Caps after, just chasing him down. But I think in this position, Tiky did exactly what he needs to, because, yeah, there's the chase down, right? And Caps can't get the reset. Now the level 7 hits. You just look at the timers for those health packs. So Caps able to get the back one here. We'll give him the refresh off of his E every 15 seconds, which is somewhat nice. But realistically, Tiky just gets the push and play for keeping his health packs out of Caps' hands, and he should be fine.
Oh, playing slow, good timing. Reset on E coming now, so he can E again. Snowball. You can E, reactivate the snowball, snap back. If you've never played Yone and ARAM, I highly recommend it. It is incredibly imbalanced because there are so many people who are terrible at this champion that he has ARAM buffs.
Also Kha'Zix too. Kha'Zix is up there, just on the side.
Oh, I didn't even think about ARAM buffs. Trinity's probably buffed to hell on ARAM. Oh my the 1v1s where you're playing the same champ is certainly much more honest.
But the buffs are not. So Tiky got the other health pack there, which actually increases his size, and I think gives him a little bit of health, if I remember correctly. So
I think it's damage, and I think the small one is movement speed, and maybe CDR. It's hard to remember exactly.
So we'll have that for a little bit of time, whereas Caps doesn't have that buff anymore. Ooh!
Look at him dance. Their souls are so unbound. There are no bound souls in this game. Okay, Q3. Again, really hard to hit raw Q3 if you're not catching someone in an animation.
The thing is, though, Tiky came out with a lot more health, and Caps has done a great job of evening back up through. So when you pick up the health pack, you get more of the health. Ooh, Caps, maybe look at the all-in, misses.
Nice. Mark the snowball's good. Oh! Goes back in with the snowball, goes back out with the E. Tiky commits a ton of resources. Now it's basically even.
But Caps still has ultimate, so if Caps can hit the Q3, he's also going back to the health pack. I think Tiky needs to do the same here, but...
oh, he walked up to get the aggressive health back, yes. I mean, the fact that Caps has ultimate means that unless Tiky... You need a snowball outplay. You need to be able to snowball through one of the 2 pieces of CC available to Caps. That was cheeky.
Yeah, I think he kind of needs to just buy time here as Tiky, try and wait for your ult to come back up. Good trade there, but...
Level 10.
Level 11 could be crucial here as well, as actually Caps going to take away that pack as well.
Yep, W on the Q3, well played by Caps. Damage amp now going in. He'll get reset on the cooldowns as well. Most players aren't super comfortable using this if they haven't played a lot of ARAM, so I'm not sure what Caps' status is, but again, Q3 is just being traded. Absolute brawl.
But when you... Oh!
Ulti whiffs, good from Tiky, but Q3 available. Nice unstoppable again from Tiky. His Q3 Caps does the exact same.
Oh,
This is,
Q3 snowball.
this is the anime moment where they're like perfectly even. You know, the ka. Okay, back to square one. Ka.
So I think Tiky will hit level 11 soon, and that'll give the with the ultimate level 2. I think he maybe look for all of it.
Oh, he whipped it! That man
snowball.
cannot do the TikTok combos.
Oh, I thought the snowball had connected to Caps there. I thought that
Okay.
could have been the all-in for Tiky, but
Okay, so next major advantage. Flash up for Tiky, very big. Once he has ultimate, he is super favored in the 1v1. Obviously, with the E, the ability to dodge and be unstoppable means there's always room for outplay on the side of Rasmus, but he spent his advantage.
I think his health pack, is meant to just up. So picking that up will give him a ton of health. Tiky needs to get in, but picking up the health pack gives you a ton of health,
Yep.
and then you get the drop after as well. So Caps winning out on that. You can see now Tiky going back to pick up his own health pack.
What did I say? I said this man is a sweaty tryhard. He is checking the health pack
Yeah.
respawn timers vehemently.
I think you're going to need to here. Not able to connect on the Q3, and now Tiky steps up once more. Has
Yes.
ults available. I think he kind of needs to make some sort of play happen here.
This is good. You can E through.
Caps just waiting for that snowball to fade. Didn't want to go back, and then Tiky follows and has that set up. So there's no ult still.
You back through. Cap's trying to hold on. Again, you highlighted it. No ultimate. E damage amp already out for Tiky. Cap's getting lower so damn fast. Huge health advantage for Tiky. Tiky also has flash. Flash to the side. Q3 back doesn't hit. 50 pixels off, maybe.
But Caps' ultimate's just about to come off good, and he can maybe outplay this, but I think it's that
No,
health pack
as
and
long
Tiky side's
as-
about to come back up.
Tiky using his E aggressively goes back.
Oh my
Q3,
god!
just Q3 in for range. You just get in. You just have to get in. Oh, but he doesn't want to get baited by the ultimate.
Yeah.
Oh, there it is!
There's a new ghost! There's a new ghost!
That's
What is
the best
happening?
Yone in Europe! As decided by this single best of one in a for-fun tournament! But I don't care! Tiky outclassing,
And
outplaying.
Flash on D, outclassing as well.
Yes.
We all knew!
Dlash.
We all
knew
knew.
all along. Dlash was right. Well played by Tiky.
Yeah, what a beast.
Yeah. That was good stuff, man.
Yeah.
I mean, I think played aggressive when he needed to play aggressive.